Okay, my start screen is on. So we're officially live now.
So keep all the racial slurs and bigotry to maximum or minimum? What's your max? Got it. Just wanted to double check.
We're gonna
We're gonna break new ground here.
Yeah.
Today's topic. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Welcome to my art stream / soapbox, where I get to rant about the state of the world in a very, very curious way, and also make art.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blame a lot of groups for a lot of things, so strap in.
Hey, Sebastian, last time we were on here, you mentioned that you had a 3D printer. What 3D printer do you have?
I have an Elegoo, I have a Jupiter.
Bye.
What's a Jupiter?
Okay. What happened?
Did we lose him?
Yeah, we lost him.
Oh shit, I thought you just stopped talking. I was like, is that it? That's all you're gonna say about that? That's all I have to say about that.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you get. Okay, cool.
All right, cool. Good info. Good info.
I think he's having connectivity issues.
I think you might be right. You might be right. I'm gonna take the start screen off. We're just gonna go for it. Here we go. Hello, everybody.
All right.
Whew. Oh dear. She's looking a little like drug addict right now, but we'll fix that. We're gonna fix that. A little gaunt, if you will. I mean, it looks like her. She just looks gaunt. Is he back? Did he return?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Hey, Mike. What's up?
That was weird. I was having a conversation with you guys. I thought I was, at least. Where did I cut out? Because I've been talking for the
You
last
cut out
minute.
at I have a Jupiter, and then we were waiting for more. We were waiting for more info. We're like,
we were just quietly waiting.
that's it, huh? I'm supposed to know what that is. Alrighty then.
I think I got timed out for my comments earlier before we started the stream. No, I'm kidding. I have a Jupiter, which is their scaling system is by planet. So obviously the Jupiter's like the biggest, right?
Okay.
So it's got like a 12-inch build plate. It's a resin printer, so it's the one that like dips into the vat and UV cures like layer by layer.
Okay.
Really good for printing stuff with like really high detail. Less great at printing really big things that have like a lot of surface area.
Okay.
Just because of like it takes a while.
Sure.
I think the FDM printers at this point are faster. But that's next on my list. I'm gonna get an FDM printer as well, so I can start printing other stuff too.
Cool. And you're mostly doing minifigs, right? At this point.
Yeah, I do yeah, exactly. I do D&D miniatures. So
That's awesome. That's so cool.
I also am dipping my toes into jewelry design, I think.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, because I made a couple of pendants, and I made a couple of I made a bracelet of like I sculpted these little beads and then put all kinds of detail on them, and then I painted them and dry brushed them so they look like they're really old and they have like a patina on them.
Cool.
And then I am just gonna string them together and see if anybody wants it, basically, and if there's demand for it, then I'll make more.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
What 3D program are you using? Okay.
Did he leave again?
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's funny, he like cuts out perfectly at the end of a sentence. He doesn't cut out mid-word or anything. So I'm just like, I guess he's done talking about that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I'm like, it's so perfectly timed. Like you cut off at like the end of the sentence.
Yeah. So every time it happens, I think you're just done talking about that. I'm like, all right, that's an abrupt stop. Okay.
I don't know what's happening. I feel like I'm being timed out or something. It's very, very odd.
Maybe
I'm checking my internet right now.
Yeah, check your internet. It might be on the fritz.
we've been having, like, my internet went down over the weekend for a full day, like across,
awesome.
like in a whole big block radius. So there's obviously something going on, but I thought
Sure.
they fixed it.
Is it Spectrum?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes, to Spectrum's credit, they've gotten a lot better, but they still have some issues. They're much better than they used to be as Time Warner, but
Sure, but they're also like a monopoly, so fuck them
Yeah,
no matter what.
monopoly.
that is true.
They're
Yes,
just gangsters, bro. They're just like internet gangsters. That's what they are.
that's true.
Like,
and
we're
they-
the only providers, so you're gonna pay $1.50 a month. You're like,
Yep.
fuck.
They give you 5 megabits upload, and they act like they're saving the fucking world.
Yeah.
Or 40, I guess, 5 megabyte rather. But like, I know other certain places in this country with certain providers, their upload speed will match their download speed, even if you're not a business. So I know of people who have 800 down and 800 up. I'm like, Jesus Christ, if only.
If only, yeah. It's great polling files for work. It's a nightmare trying to get files up before the deadline.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the 40, believe me, because that's at
Yeah,
least
I think
like
I'm
5 megabytes a
10.
second. You're at 10? Oh
12
my
actually.
God.
Yeah.
That's literally a megabyte and a half maxed out upload speed. That's trash.
Yep, I gotta figure out how to finagle it so that I get a better deal. Because this
Call
is
'em.
not great. Yeah, call them.
No, seriously, because a lot of the times they'll improve their service in your area, and then they won't tell you that you could actually be doing better. They'll just let you ride it out until you make a fuss.
Until you make a fuss, yeah.
That's 90% of how I get faster speeds every time is I either change service because I move, or I change address and I move, or I just give them a call thinking that maybe speed is better, and it fucking is. And I was like, why do you guys tell me? Why don't you give me a heads up?
Why?
Yeah, why would they, right?
He's like,
Yeah.
Customer service is, not our priority.
He's out again.
Oh, god damn it.
Connectivity issues.
Yeah. Good stuff.
this is so weird.
We're
It's as soon
getting
as I
used to
start
it.
talking for like, as soon as I start talking for a little bit and I realize nobody else is talking with me, I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
And as soon as I hit the turn off microphone button and turn it back on, it brings me back into the chat.
Really?
I'm being like timed out or something and I don't understand why it's
I
happening.
have a question.
Yeah.
Is it possible during what you're doing, you're hitting a hotkey that is kicking you out of the room?
I am not even touching the
Whoa.
keyboard. I'm not
Okay.
touching anything.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
What 3D program do you use to sculpt?
Blender.
Mostly in ZBrush?
I just use Blender right now.
Oh, Blender.
Yeah.
So cool.
I'll probably start. I need to learn ZBrush for the extra detail. But I just use Blender right now because it works best with my workflow. Because I create a base mesh, I rig that base mesh, and then I use a multi-resolution modifier on top of that base mesh to sculpt my details, and that allows me to keep all of my modifications live while I pose it in place
Oh.
for the miniature. So in fact, I'll even stream so I can show you exactly what I'm talking about.
You're gonna stream on Discord?
Yeah, but it just froze for some reason. So who knows if this will work? I might. You know what? I'll be back, guys. I'm gonna do a reset.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe
Like a hard
restart
restart. everything.
restart the computer. Yeah.
I'm gonna restart my whole day. I'm gonna go lay back in bed for 15 minutes, go take another shower, and I'll see you guys in an hour. All right, later.
Later. Ugh. Oh boy.
Yeah, dude. Andrew, in your like info, like your note, when I click on your icon here, I think it'll be cool if you added your link to, like a link to your Twitch channel, like
Oh.
on that note section.
Oh yeah,
just so
that would be a good idea.
it's just so it's easier for people to just kind of like go to your Twitch
That's a good idea.
and they know where to find you and all the good juice that you bring to the world.
That's a good idea. Hold on, I think I can do that right now. Maybe. Oh my god. I hate that the videos just start when you go to Twitch. I like how when I go to Twitch though, there's immediately some NSFW stuff on the screen. I'm like, Jesus Christ! That's not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
Where the hell am I? Okay. All right. So if I go to my profile, is what you're saying?
I think yeah, in the notes section of your profile,
Edit.
kind of, yeah. Want to believe it's profiles, and then on the bottom section it says about me. I think it's about me.
I am not seeing that right now.
In your user settings, under my account profiles, and then if you scroll down in that profile section, there's a about me, and then you could plug in some of your links.
Okay. Yep, I don't see that. Okay, profiles. User profile. Yeah, I don't think it lets me do that while I'm streaming. That's what's happening.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on.
You can add that later.
Edit user profile. Yeah, because it puts up streaming mode so that you don't accidentally reveal critical information on your stream.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yep. Yes, it is. So I'll do that next time.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
I can do is drop it in general chat, I guess. For now.
Yeah. Just kind of pin it or something.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Alright, what were we doing here? Alright, I think I'm done fussing with this thing in black and white. I'm gonna merge it like so. Apply. We gonna paint. Painty. That's close enough.
bro.
What's up?
No, I'm just laughing because the film that I'm working on is like the actors are like they're like tactical like agents, and
Uh-huh.
in the photo shoot that we got, they're all smiling and having a good time.
Awesome. Love that.
Great.
The whenever we would do photo shoots for Call of Duty, those actors were always killer. They always had the right thing going on. It was so
Oh,
awesome.
for sure. It's like, but like they're in the gear, you know. They
Yeah,
have a
exactly.
weapon in hand. What I'm noticing is a lot of movies now, they're reluctant to do photo shoots with actors actually holding weapons. That's becoming a thing.
Good lord.
Um, so very interesting. Like, you do realize you're like a mercenary, right?
Right.
Like, I'm like, okay.
You spent months making the movie, but now you have a problem?
Okay, cool. But I don't want to be advertised holding a weapon. Okay.
Priorities
Okay.
are so screwy.
My iPad is coming tomorrow.
Sweet. That is
Thanks for that.
I didn't do anything.
I mean, dude, you gotta understand, everything, all tech, like all tech. I can literally say all tech that I've bought ever since school has been with your blessing in one way,
Really?
shape, or another.
That's
You're like,
hilarious.
you always give me the thumbs up of like, yo, I would get this, and I'm like, say less. And then when you're like, you do realize that 0% APR is for all Apple products at any given time, not just at one time, right? And I'm like, say less.
It's pretty great. It is pretty great.
Have you had any interest in like subtle animations of your illustrations? Like adding, cause there's that one app that I've been kind of seeing. It's called like. Yeah, it's this. It's called like Spine 2D. You've seen this before?
I'm not sure.
I'm linking it in the. Sorry to distract you while you're painting, but it's like people use it to like animate their like flat 2D games.
Oh yeah.
But then I've seen like tattoo artists actually use it to like animate their tattoos, like just a subtle like little blink, a little turn, a slight turn of the head kind of thing.
Oh,
It's pretty
interesting.
cool.
Interesting. Link it in the
Like,
chat.
it's just sick. Yeah. I dropped it in Steam Room.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take a look in a minute.
Welcome back.
All right, we'll see how this goes. No promises. Ugh. Anyway, I was about to share my screen, so I might as well do that. Give me a sec. Oh. Okay. No changes here. Discord's still wonky as shit.
Discord is kind of a temperamental son of a bitch.
Well, I'm apparently, but I'm just learning that today. I've been using it for years, and all of a sudden it wants to be difficult with me.
Yeah, it's. I know a lot of people who have a lot of issues with it. It's got some weird shit happening with it for sure. The fact that you've rarely had any issues in the past is practically a miracle.
I mainly have issues with like the connectivity with my headphones, but it's mainly like my headphones tripping out.
Yeah, it's always
But-
something though. Like it doesn't, like I was saying before, I can have my headset in and it works perfectly with everything. And then when I turn on Discord, it sounds like it's coming through a telephone.
Yeah, like lo-fi.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh,
Did we lose him?
We got. No,
Oh,
I'm here.
he's still here.
got it working.
Let's see.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's hide this. Let's bring back this guy.
Okay.
So, the reason that I do the way that I work the way I work is because this character here, I want to be able to use this base mesh again for future sculpts.
Uh-huh.
So what I can do is, now not everything's going to move because not everything's actually rigged to the character. But what I can do is I can go to my settings, go to simplify. You'll see some things kind of get like polygony.
Yeah.
And then I can go here, select his setup, and then I can basically change what pose he's in.
Cool.
So
Oh,
here's
shit.
this one. And then
You have
here's...
these poses kind of like mapped already.
Yeah, so you can save them to an asset library. And
Nice.
so I've got, his poses. And like some things like I sculpted in place because I was getting tired of bringing him back to T-pose. Bringing putting the thing on his body where I want it to be, like the little pouches and stuff, and then Vertex mapping it to the skeleton. Eventually I was just like, fuck it. This tassel goes on the back and I don't care. This fanny pack is going to be here and I don't care. His hair was too annoying to rig, so I just kind of made it in place. But for the most part, it allows me to then take this character and I can go to his accoutrements. I can just like basically turn this stuff off. And now I have this character ready to go if I want to do a new character, like I want to make a paladin.
Yeah.
All I have to do is just go here, bring him back to center basically. And then I can switch back out and start adding the armor and stuff to him. Let's get rid of this. So yeah, then basically here he is. And then I can just go and add a bunch of crap to him.
Cool.
Of course, this file is getting really bloated with all of the different versions of this guy that I have in here, so I'll probably do something about that soon. But it basically just allows you to work a little quicker, because now I can take this and just start making like shoulder pads and shit.
I see. That's cool.
So that, and then
I popped out the window and put it on stream while you were talking.
oh, cool.
This is cool.
And this is not going to be very good, but it's at least going to give you an idea of like, hey, yeah, here's what you can do. So now,
Blender's a pretty powerful sculpting app. Though.
It's okay.
I mean, it's not like
it's not bad. It's not ZBrush, but
it's not
still-
ZBrush, but it's also not a slouch either, right?
Right, yeah. I mean, of the options that you have, of which there are like 3, it's definitely one of the better ones. But yeah, it's a powerful tool. I think what's so great about it is that you can take, let's say I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it here, and then I'm going to extrude that down. So I have some kind of like,
Scaled armor kind of
like
thing.
yeah, scaled armor, and then I can go in and I can also, within that same breath, sculpt it into a shape that I want. Like that's really nice to be able to do that.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then if you wanted it to be higher res, you can do that. If you wanted to add
I
details.
like attempted to learn Blender at like it was version 2, and then and then I'm like, what? It's come such a long way. What the?
It's so much better than it used to be. Is this 4?
For some
Blender
reason,
4?
I can't hear Andrew.
You can't hear
I think
me?
So I can hear him.
What?
Yeah,
You can't
he's
hear me?
talking.
Hello, hello, hello? Hello, hello? Hello, hello? That's so weird.
All right, Discord's being weird. I'm gonna refresh. Go back.
Yeah,
He's gonna
okay.
keep quitting out and jumping back in. It's be the theme of this whole day.
Yeah, just Discord.
It's my whole stream, just, people leaving and coming back.
What am I doing today? Oh yeah, so my next plan, because I've finished the Blue Dragonborn and I got some versions of that out on the printer right now. My next goal is going to be to make a green Dragonborn. So I've got some reference and stuff pulled up.
Cool.
And yeah, I want to make him to be a lot more like Saurian and like, lizard-like with like a lizard frill. It's gonna have kind of like almost like some like viper kind of qualities, because I want it to be arboreal, because they green dragonborn, like they're arboreal, not arboreal, but they live in forests.
Hmm.
So
That's
I think
a
kind of
that's a $10 word right there. What exactly does arboreal mean? I've heard it before, and I think I know.
It's just of the trees. Like basically, we were arboreal at one point, and
I
then
see.
monkeys today will be a lot of them are considered arboreal because they live in trees. It just means that you live in trees.
Gotcha.
You learned something new today.
Yay! Educational stream.
For the one person who's watching, which is me, actually.
Amazing. Do you record as well?
Yeah, I do. I have higher res that gets dumped to my hard drive.
Yeah, this is some of my green dragonborn stuff. I think I want to channel. I really love this head. This is really great.
Whoa.
And then I gotta look at that again. I stopped looking. I was painting.
No, that's okay. It's just
I'm gonna put you in the corner actually while I do this. I think. Oh, damn it! I wish I could have it to where it always stays on top.
Nah, it's okay. Oh wait, you mean like to pin it? It doesn't stay on top?
Oh wait, stay on
Should.
top. Here we go. Yeah. So you're in the top left corner of my stream now.
I love this picture-in-picture.
You see that?
So yeah, this face is I kind of love the way that it's like almost. It's got some like snake-like qualities, which I think is really great. It kind of looks like a Komodo dragon, which I think is dope.
Yeah.
I love the long neck of this, so I think I have a. Where's my thing?
What app is that?
It's called Pure Ref.
Pure.
Oh yeah, Pure Ref
Yeah.
is rad.
It's really great.
Whoa.
Yeah, Pure
Yeah,
Ref.
basically
is
it's a super bare bones, just like thing that you can put images on. It's perfect for this.
Yeah. They have a similar app for the iPad, by the way, DK, that you should get, called shit, hold on. What is it called? It's called VizRef. It's really great to stack reference in it and do the split screen on your iPad side by side, and you can put little things in it for reference. It's pretty awesome.
Dude, so much juice in this educational stream. I love it.
Damn it.
Oh, I thought I gotta take this call.
Have fun.
Are you still there, Sebastian?
I am. I just muted because there's a fruit cart that goes by right around this time every day, and they use like a fucking clown horn, and it's just the most annoying thing ever. It sounds like fucking Bobo the clown is like scooting on past my house. This neighborhood is so weird.
Oh, that's great.
So this is the body that I'm gonna channel for the green Dragonborn. I think it's gonna be way more like stretched out,
Cool.
and because I want it to be a lot leaner. And then let's see, here's the head that I did from like a profile of.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like a lot, like so. This guy's so bulky. I want this one to be a lot more like scrawny. I guess scrawny is probably the right word.
By the way, you're using that widescreen monitor you've got, huh?
Sure am.
Because it's coming through ultra wide on my end.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool.
It kind of,
That's cool.
It's nice for real estate, but I'm using a Wacom right now, a Wacom, and it is impossible to draw on.
It's a bit disproportional, yeah.
A bit disproportional, yeah. So not exactly ideal. I definitely miss my Cintiq a lot. All right, let's see.
I had a Cintiq with Art Machine, and then a month later I lost that Cintiq for obvious reasons, and then I was like, I can't not have one now, so I bought one. I have one that's now mine.
Nice. I can't believe, like, it's so weird to me that all went down the way it did. Like,
Well, they tried.
It makes it seem like that definitely wasn't the plan.
It definitely wasn't. They really tried to not do any of that. I actually do believe that in this case. This is one of those rare instances where the powers that be did try their best. So,
Yeah.
and I've been told by many a folk over there that I am missed, and if I need anything, a reference, anything, let me know, and let them know, and blah blah blah. And it's just that
I love that. Yeah.
it's just that nobody's in the black right now.
Right. Yeah, and it's really hard to justify any additional expenditures.
Right. It be what it be. It's okay. I don't think it's gonna last too much longer. I'm optimistic about it.
Yeah.
If IATSE doesn't strike, then I think we'll be in pretty good shape pretty soon.
People seem to be of the impression that they're not going to, but I guess I will just maintain cautious optimism.
Exactly. Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting, especially as it is supposed to be happening if it were to happen in May, and here we are, May 14th, and limited news on it is good news, because
Right.
otherwise they would be making a real fuss if they were going to do it, I think. So
Right.
I think it's going to go down okay, but again, I'm not counting any chickens before they hatch. So
I'm just hoping to pick up something for the end of the month. Just something, anything.
yeah, sure. Sure. You could always invest in GameStop. That's going crazy again. Have you heard about that?
I have heard about that, although I think that ship may have sailed.
I bought some shares. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I didn't buy a lot.
Yeah.
I stand to lose nothing if it doesn't get crazy, and then if it does go well, then I stand to make a little bit of money. Big whoop.
That's nice.
Yeah. I'm up I'm up $6 a share right now.
That's good.
Yeah. I bought it 3
you
hours
have-
ago.
So you have $40 right now. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm up about 60, 70 bucks. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, doing well.
Okay, let's see how I can stretch this the best way that I can. I'm gonna throw some music on my stream, so just a heads up. I don't know if it's gonna play.
Oh yeah, I'll
As you're
probably
watching.
I'll kill this. Well, actually, I think I can mute it, so that's fine. Should be fine. So it's kind of funny. I got essentially 2 streams happening at the same time on my stream.
Nice.
I got you in the top corner, and then me painting on the right side. And because I got such a big screen, it's totally not in the way. Likeness is getting better.
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Oh, you're not. But you're not streaming to Discord. Duh. Okay.
Right, yes. I could.
That's okay.
But
You don't have to because it's gonna eat up bandwidth for you.
yeah, I'm already streaming to both Twitch and YouTube at the same time.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it, you can go to either of those and see what I'm
It's
doing.
probably better that I I mean, it's probably just better that I focus. I'm already so easily distractible.
That's fair.
And I'll end up watching the stream instead of actually sculpting, and I need to sculpt.
I'm behind. I wanted to do every Dragonborn for the Year of the Dragon,
Oh, cool.
and I am just not even close to my goal, which is all of them, obviously. So
How many are there?
I think 12.
Oh.
Well,
sounds like a lot.
like 12 classic ones, I think, because there's one for each damage type, basically.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's the chromatics, which are red, green, blue, black, white, and is that it? Red, green, blue, black, white, yeah. And then there's also the metallic dragons, which are gold, silver, bronze, brass, copper. I think that's it for like the classic ones. And then there's really, really cool ones, which I'd love to be able to get to, which are the gem dragonborns, and they're like made of like sapphire and emerald and shit like that.
Oh, okay.
And then there's another one I want to do that's based off of like a Chinese dragon, I think.
Cool.
So like really long body, like long limbs, serpentine kind of body with like a classic face.
Right.
But that all needs to happen later, I think, or at least I'm just gonna do my best and try to get it done.
Are you trying to get this done for your shop? Is that the idea?
Yeah. And also just as like a challenge to myself,
Sure.
because let's see if I can actually change the body shape a bit here. I want to be a little more aggressive with the legs. Challenge to myself, but also it's like a fun challenge to try to push myself to do that, but I unfortunately am not anywhere close to being
done, so it's a little frustrating.
It's okay. Just do the best you can.
Yeah.
Nice.
So glad I have this this base mesh though now, because it makes all the difference. It makes this so much easier.
Yeah, especially if you're going to be painting a bunch of dragons.
Yep.
Or sculpting, rather. Not painting. I'm painting. Although I guess you might paint them, right? Like.
Yep. Yeah, I'll paint them too.
Cool. She's coming out alright, I guess.
You guess.
It's always the stage of... There's always a stage where you're like, I don't know if this is going to work out. I don't know.
Yep. Yep.
I don't know. And then you just keep doing it. And you're like, oh, okay, maybe. And eventually I reach a point where I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's fine. We're okay.
I don't know why I was so freaked out.
I've only done this a million times, and it works out this way every time. Like, why does it still freak me the fuck out? But it does. Yeah. Every time. I think there definitely is an added psychological layer of when you're doing this on stream. Even if no one's watching. You're like, this is going to be on the internet, and someone's going to watch me botch this, like roll a 1. You know?
Oh,
even
100%.
even though I don't really roll a 1, it just feels that way.
I feel you 100%. I have definitely experienced that kind of thing too. I was, for a while there, I was making all of these time lapses of my work and putting them on YouTube, and I actually did enjoy that, but I was also like, I noticed it was starting to give me anxiety.
Yes, certainly.
So I kind of taken a break from that, but I still do enjoy it. It's just that like it was making me a little too anxious, and it was affecting the quality of my work because I wasn't taking the same kind of risks and chances that I would had I not had I not been putting it on the internet. So
sure, yeah. I think it helps when you've got homies on the stream that you're shooting this shit with, because it does help to relax you. It can also be a distraction, but there is a level of there is like a balance where you can find the right amount of distraction where it doesn't impede the quality, but in actuality it helps because you're not hyper focused on the fact that you're streaming while you're doing it.
right.
Which is funny because like it doesn't bother me when people watch me do it in person. I don't know what it is about
Interesting.
being on the internet that I'm like, you know what? Actually, I do know what it is. It's because even though I tell myself don't worry about this, it's because when you're on stream, there's a responsibility to be entertaining. And just because you're good at a thing doesn't mean that it's entertaining to watch someone to watch you do the thing. So it's actually a lot like watching flies fuck. It's not great no matter how good you are. There's like I've watched some of my favorite artists paint, and I think I'd rather watch grass grow. It's so fucking boring.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's definitely a very specific like you have to be an entertainer as well.
Yeah, and I watch some guys that like there's this one guy, Kasim, I think his name is, on Twitch, and he's excellent because he's a good artist. He's like I think he's a character designer. I'm not sure what company, but it's sort of on the animation style quality of work, and he's really good at it. But also he's very instructional, so people they get a lot of education out of it if they want. But also he's a lot of fun to watch, and he's really just kind of magic to watch. Like he's got that thing that makes him a really good streamer.
Yeah, I bet the educational part of it is a really big.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's like it's not like if someone asks me a question, I don't answer them. I just don't elicit that, if that makes sense. Like
That makes sense to me.
It's rare that someone will actually speak up and be like, "Hey, how do you do this thing?" or whatever it is, and then I can run them through it. You know, like I think it was just yesterday, someone was like, "I'm trying to sketch and trying to learn how to sketch with a pencil, and I'm trying to draw eyes, and eyes are really hard," and then, you know, I'll take them through some steps on how to think about drawing eyes on a skull, and how to think about the skull when you're drawing eyes and stuff. And it's really just a sphere wrapped in eyelids, right? That kind of open like a clamshell and close.
A sphere wrapped in eyelids.
Yeah, wrapped in flesh, essentially. But like that's rare that happens.
Right.
Most of the time, people just they come in and they leave. You know, and that's not. I don't think that's because I'm a shitty artist. I think it's because it's boring to watch me.
I think that art, like people who create art as a form of entertainment, have a really steep incline to climb because it's already a niche thing, and then you have to have a very specific set of qualities to really be quote unquote successful in the space.
Yeah,
and I think it really comes down to less about the art and more about like the I guess
the panache.
Yeah, I think panache is probably a good way to put it.
The pizzazz, the panache, the X factor, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
The pizzazz and the panache, exactly. So you just need more panache, my man.
Highly technical terms here we're throwing around.
So
like
go to school, get a certification in panache, and people will flock to you.
There is an artist named Ross Tran that is probably at the tippy top of that. He does kind of anime style stuff. He's really good at it.
Is that Rostraws?
Yes, that's it. Ross Draws is his handle. But you've watched his videos. Like, they're really good, but I wouldn't exactly call them instructional. Although, you know, he executes an amazing piece of artwork. It's more like 3 seconds of instruction and then bing, bang, boom. And
Yeah, it has very big draw the rest of the fucking owl energy.
yeah, exactly
Which
right.
I don't know
yeah.
if you know what I mean by that.
I know exactly what you mean by that, yeah.
Like,
Draw a circle,
circle.
and then the owl. Like, what? Because that's what people are there for. They're not really there for they like the art, they're a fan of his, but they're not there to learn how to draw from him.
right, it's more of an entertainment thing.
Yeah, exactly. Which is fine. I'm not knocking it. That's just how you do it, though. And I think he's really smart in that he knows that that's what's going on, and he executes on that. While also at the same time, like, hey man, I'm a legit fucking artist. Like, this is good shit. And it's true. His stuff is really beautiful.
Yeah.
And he's figured out a way to break out of the fucking system that we're in. So, fucking hats off, dude. You make your entire living
Yep.
that way. You
Yep,
make more money
yeah.
than me. So,
It's definitely no shade. Any artist that can get out of the race, so to speak,
yep.
the rat race.
Yep. Fucking stellar work, man. I wish I could do that. If I could make a living doing this, or some form of this on Twitch and YouTube, and oh man, that would be the promised land right there. You know?
Totally.
And I like to think it's not the work. I think I'm a pretty competent artist. It's the other stuff that I'm not great at.
I'm listening to this Pomodoro. Well, it has Pomodoro in the fucking name, but it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't actually mean it's Pomodoro or anything. But
I don't even know
I'm
what that
listening.
word means. What's that mean? Pomodoro.
it sounds like a pasta or a drink, right?
Yeah. That's sure. The hell is it?
It's a technique for focus.
Oh, okay.
Basically, it's like working in sprints.
Oh yes, I've heard of these. Okay, continue. Say more.
But I'm not actually doing that. I'm just listening to a playlist that has it just has Pomodoro on the title because they know that that's popular and will get clicks.
Buzzword.
Yep, it's a buzzword. And it's like, oh, this will help me focus. But here's the thing, shit's helping me focus like a motherfucker. But it sounds like I'm in the engine room of a spaceship.
Oh,
in fact,
so it
if
is
you just
working.
Yeah, but just unmute me for a second so you can hear it.
Okay. All right. Let me turn down my music for a second. Timeout, gang. The me that's watching. Hold on one second. Oh fuck yeah! It's like white noise.
Yeah.
I you know what I use for that is lo-fi music, which is actually what's on my stream right now. But I could see how this would work. Can you link me? Can you drop that in the chat? And I'll try this out later. I would love to give this a shot.
Yeah. There you go.
That's fascinating.
It's very fascinating. I have to listen to this kind of stuff when I'm working because I unfortunately can't focus without it, despite the medical intervention and everything else. So.
Medical intervention? What the hell are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I have ADHD, so I take
Oh, okay.
Adderall.
Oh, I didn't know you did that. Okay.
Well, it's very new. I got diagnosed after I left Bond because I knew that something was wrong, but I couldn't articulate it. And basically, I talked to a doctor, and they're like, "Yeah, more than likely you have ADHD."
Interesting.
Yep. So
I wonder if I may have a little bit of that, or if it's just burnout. I can never tell.
I think that, I mean, I don't know. I think it's possible that they're related.
Sure, yeah. Like it's caused maybe by years of shenanigans.
Well, I think oftentimes people who have ADHD get burnout because they try to do too much, or they are too spread too thin and stuff like that. But
Right.
you know, I'm not a fucking medical doctor, so what do I know?
Copy that.
But that's been in my experience for sure. Definitely spread myself too thin with things that I find novel and entertaining, and then end up really kind of screwing myself over. So
Let me ask you a question. After you find a thing that you glob onto and you're really interested in it, and then you go real hot white with it for a bit, and then you just like lose interest completely. Yeah, that sounds like
Yep.
me.
I have an entire dead Instagram channel of I was up to like 4,000 followers, just like making a specific thing, and then I just got bored of it one day and I just left it to rust, and now I don't have any interest in pursuing that little like side project ever again, and it's kind of sad.
Oh wow.
But that's like I have kind of like a graveyard of ideas that just keep kind of getting like thrown out. And I think that D&D has been one of those things that has been like I've been a massive fan of for a while now, and I already feel like I'm getting worried that I'm gonna start
Losing interest in it?
losing it. I've already lost interest in DMing almost entirely, and that used to be my whole shtick.
Wow.
I think I'm still chasing that novelty, which is just not really happening anymore for me. Let me see. Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's very weird when because I tend to like make something, when I get into it, I make it like an entire piece of my identity, and then it's just like it goes away after a while. And it's just like, hey, you're the guy who was like really into that thing, and I'm like, yeah, well, that was the old me. Like, I don't even know what you're talking about now.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's very odd. Still not used to it, and I've been this way my entire life.
And the medicine isn't helping?
It does.
Okay.
It helps me focus. It helps me do things that I have trouble doing.
Sure.
It's more for work than anything else, because work is the thing I struggle with the most. Like, everybody struggles with, wanting to do work, but
Right.
I think.
No, I mean, yeah, I think, well, I guess that's the point of my inquiry is that, does everybody have this? Because a lot of your symptoms sound not all that uncommon, and I don't mean like in the way that, well, 5% of the population has ADHD, so, I don't know the numbers, but I'm just throwing it out there. Like, so it's not uncommon. I mean in the way that, like, I think 90% of the people I know are like that.
Well, they tend to flock to creative fields.
Oh, wow, good point.
Yeah. So I don't think it's not really a surprise that you know a lot of folks who would qualify as that.
Maybe even myself a little bit.
Possibly. I really can't really can't rule it out.
Yeah.
I think.
And then, and do you get upset at yourself for not being disciplined enough and things like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I do too. That's why.
And these are fairly universal things. It's just that you'll notice that there's sort of an exasperation, and there's some other things that go along with it. There's like some weird kind of comorbidity, like hyper specific things related to ADHD that like you wouldn't think are related.
Okay, like what?
Think of a good example. Throughout my life, I've had what I thought these were totally normal, but I had these things I always used to call daymares. Basically, where like it's like you have like a runaway thought that you kind of can't control, and it like spirals out into like this whole big, like basically a whole narrative story is unfolding in your head, and you're just kind of like along for the ride, to the point that it almost paralyzing because you're sort of just like it's like having a nightmare during the day. It's a
Okay.
daymare, and so you this story in your head is unfolding, and it's like this runaway thought, and you can't really control it. It's just like, well, then this happens, and then this happens. Well, then I say this, and then this happens, and then this happens, and it's like this constant like unfolding of a narrative that just keeps going on and on and on until you like try to snap yourself out of it.
Okay.
And they can be incredibly distressing because a lot of times, at least for me, they're about like really terrible things happening. Like, what if my cat got hit by a car? And then
Oh
like
my God,
it
dude.
just turns into like this long like, oh my God, well this happened, and like what if these people showed up, and then like what if this happened, and then I took them to the hospital, and like and just like it turns into this really long like kind of like it's like a choose your own adventure, except every outcome is awful. So that's an example of
Well,
like a weird comorbidity. or, like,
I
a weird
definitely
thing
don't
that-
have that going on.
Right. So that's not an everybody thing, but that's definitely
Sure.
like oftentimes people who have this experience that.
Do you fixate like last night I slept pretty terribly, and I was watching YouTube videos of this guy who's a really beautiful singer. He was on American Idol, which I am usually vehemently opposed to American Idol, because I feel like it's the Coliseum. But this guy is particularly good. He sang a James Blunt song that was just, and it was about the song was about a boy or a man losing his father, and the guy who sang it just lost his father. So it was like, you can see how that would end up being a really good performance if the guy is
Sure.
a competent musician, and he's
Absolutely.
very good. He's very competent. He's an excellent singer. But anyway, so I was watching a bunch of his videos. I just discovered him, and then like after I stopped, this was late at night. After I stopped, and this isn't the only time this has happened, I could not sleep. This narrative of this man kept running through my head over and over again, and then it would spiral and tangent into other things. And I just had this constant thing where my brain wasn't slowing down.
Yeah, I've definitely experienced that.
It's like a manic sort of storytelling in your head, if that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, and I slept so terribly. It was just god awful. And I was like, I remember I would fall asleep and start to fall asleep, and then like I would itch and it would wake me up, or like I just felt like I couldn't get comfortable and I wasn't settled. Like this happens with some relative regularity.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Might be worth talking to somebody about it. I mean, it's-
Maybe a shrink. I've been trying to do that for a little bit, and it's hard to get one.
it might be easier now because you qualify for unemployment, so you're qualified for the Affordable Care Act.
Oh no, I have insurance. I'm
okay.
on Palm's insurance, so it's fine.
Oh, okay, never mind.
But it's just finding because I tried ZocDoc to find a therapist on there, and it was it hasn't been terribly successful. It's hard to find a therapist that is like this telehealth thing.
Yeah. Do you want telehealth or do you want in person?
I would prefer in person, but it's even harder to do that, and because all the shrinks want to be remote now, which I can't say that I blame them. But a lot of the time, I don't feel like they're fucking listening, and I'll go through a therapist, and then I'll have like 2 or 3 sessions with them, and then there doesn't seem to be a connection. It doesn't seem to be happening. And then I'll start over. And then the same shit will happen. And I'm like, is it me? What the fuck? But you know my history. So having to break that down over and over and over again is fucking. And you have a similar
traumatizing.
history. You have a similar history. It's exhausting.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Like, and the thing is like I don't even feel bad about that stuff. At least I don't think I do. I think a lot of therapists would argue that, well, it's repressed and you don't know, but like honestly, it's been fucking almost 30 years. I'm pretty good. It's just like the modern shit I would like to talk about, but I can't seem to find someone who wants to talk about that.
Yeah,
but I can't
to
have
even interface.
yeah, I can't have a therapist and not bring that shit up. Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? They're gonna, well, tell me about yourself and your parents. So, well, you know.
Well,
so,
yeah, funny story. Funny you should bring that up.
Funny story, true story. So when I was 13, you know, that kind of shit. So.
Yeah. I just think that I think that there's probably a lot of therapists just like a little also overworked at this point.
Yes, they are.
Because
Yes, 100%.
because of everything that's been going on in the last couple of years.
Sure. Yeah.
That's not an excuse, of course. But I definitely think that they are maybe a little
they're not getting
thin.
They're not getting the care they need either.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're
but-
supposed to be able to. They're supposed to do that too, as part of their job description. Actually, is to have their own therapist.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the people that come in to see them I'm sure that just does unspeakable things to the human psyche when you have to carry the weight of that many different people to tell you shit
Absolutely.
about their
yeah.
lives that are super damaging and brutal.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I would consider my own little slice of trauma to probably be pretty mild on the spectrum of things that they're dealing with.
Yeah, so would I. My own trauma, not yours. Yeah, I consider your trauma. I consider your trauma to be not a big deal. No, but like I feel like I'm in the same kind of boat where it's like, you know, past shit's definitely happened, but it's not the worst thing you ever heard, right?
Right. Which doesn't make it any less traumatic. That's not what I don't mean to minimize my own
Certainly
trauma
not.
or yours, but it's just like Jesus Christ in the scheme of things that they're dealing with.
Oh yeah.
So, to your point, you know, they got their own myriad of things that they got to sort out. And there's probably a backlog ever since the beginning of 2020.
Yeah, you would think, right?
More than likely. A lot of people lost people, and even if you didn't lose anybody, you're dealing with there's sort of a collective trauma that people can't really articulate well.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna. Oh God, this is gonna be a fucking nightmare, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to model this neck into this body without merging everything into like a single sculpture and then just like remeshing it. I'm actually gonna try to like do it through modeling, and I don't know if it's gonna work. But we're gonna try it.
Give it the old college try.
Let me see. Let me just look at this bad boy from back here. Tail needs to be longer, I think.
Oh shit. Every one of these I've been doing lately, I've been picking different spots to copy merge and copy into a different file for like a bunch of process slides, and I just realized I haven't done that in a very long time. So
be a
this
big
is
jump.
this is going to be a draw the owl moment.
Yep,
A little
100%.
bit, a little bit. So, alrighty. Well, it's not that much of it. It's a big jump. It goes like really colorful all of a sudden. Jesus Christ. Oh, you know what? You know what? I don't think I totally fucked it. I think I do have. Yeah, I do. I actually have. Because I copy merged the figure, but kept the layers below it in a folder, so I can go back to that and use that as a step.
Nice.
Yeah, that's good. She's looking a little less undead, which is nice. That is neat.
Okay. Let's put this here.
Ugh. I'm up $83 now on GameStop. The shit is at almost $50. It was at 30 yesterday at the market close. It's fucking bananas.
And it's been like halted a bunch of times and stuff too.
Yes. I tried buying it. It's like, we can't do it right now. I'm like, what the fuck? You fucking fucks. You fucking cheaters. Oh, hey, Minion. How's it going? Thanks, man. Appreciate it. We're working on Lucy today to add to my my Cooper Howard painting. Man, she's coming together. She's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be good. Oh, the video in the corner is my buddy sculpting. He's
It's me.
yeah, it's the other guy talking. He's sculpting in Blender and he's sharing on his Discord, so I thought I would throw it up on the stream. He's sculpting a miniature of a Dragonborn from D&D. You get 2 art streams for the price of 1, which is free anyway. Yeah, it's pretty cool. He's good at this shit. He's made a
thanks.
bunch of them. He makes them and sells them on Etsy, right? You sell them?
Yep. Etsy and My Mini Factory if you're into printing stuff yourself, which a lot of people are not. But,
You do you just put up the STI or whatever it's called? To
yep,
print
I put up the
yourself?
sexually transmitted infection, and then everybody gets it. Yeah, I put up the file. It's an STL.
STL, that's it. I was like,
Sounds
I knew
really
that.
great.
I knew when that came out of my mouth that wasn't quite right. I'm like, something's
Yeah.
off. That's not right.
I like but you committed to it, and that's what counts. Yeah. It's yeah. So there's a site called My Mini Factory. It's okay. You just use protection when you go there. And yeah, it's like it's basically you can sell like there's a lot of people on there who are like Lord of the Print and what is it called Bullet. What is it called? Bullet something? Bite the Bullet miniatures and Common Lord miniatures and like a lot of these really cool groups that they're just like people or teams of people who just make minis for fun and they sell them.
That's cool.
Which is what I'm doing, I guess, if you think about it.
Yeah. All right, Minion. Well, if you don't come back, I'll see you later. If not, that's cool. He's in another part of the world. It's late for him.
Ah. Well, best of luck to you, my man.
That shit was funny. Don't think that came out right.
I think it came out perfectly.
Oh yeah, I agree. It was damn funny. Have you watched Fallout yet?
No, not yet. Definitely plan on it. I just have not had a chance to yet.
Sure. You're a fan of the games, right?
Yeah, I like the games a lot. Well, I've played the Bethesda versions of the games. I really like those.
Yeah.
And I really like New Vegas, and I really like what was the other one that came out that was like I've really loved all the DLCs that came out, and I like Obsidian a lot. They also Obsidian did The Outer Worlds, right?
Yes, I think I haven't played that.
That was a lot of fun
I've
too.
heard that's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I like what those guys are doing.
Yeah. The show is really good. That's why I ask. It's excellent. It greatly exceeded my expectations as a Fallout fan.
I definitely plan on checking it out. For whatever reason, I have very few streaming services, and the only one that I do have is Amazon. And it's on Amazon, right?
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
It's like the one streaming service I do have, and I just haven't actually
Well, you're busy.
taken the time.
You're busy. I get it. I'm on a constant diet of shows and movies because my better half has to watch a lot of stuff, and I end up watching it with her.
Tough life.
Yeah, you know, it's their job to watch movies. It's terrible.
Well, I mean, she's got a tough job, but it's got to be really. It's so tough for you to. It's like, oh, I'm sorry. I gotta watch this great show. My wife needs to do research.
I just gotta do it. She needs my moral support.
Yeah. Look, I've got to be a good husband and watch this TV show.
100%.
The sacrifices we make for marriage, you know?
Yep, the things you do for love.
Yep. The grab hotkey and the hide hotkey are right next to each other, and I hit hide literally every time I try to grab something. Which is why you keep seeing the mesh disappear and reappear. It's so annoying. Just keep bumping it over and over and over again.
Did you do it again?
Constantly. It's a near constant thing.
Can you remap it?
No, there's no way I want to do that. I'll never find it again. I'll still hit the same button. It just won't do anything.
Right.
And then I won't be able to find the actual hot key for it. So.
Right.
It's gonna be a goofy looking dude, but I think it's gonna be fun.
Cool. Looks cool. Huh, DK's not back yet. Must be in a meeting. Going well?
Yeah, it's going fine. I just I'm moving into the sculpting of the neck, and there's gonna be some interesting wrinkles. I guess pun intended. Just trying to make this anatomy make the most sense.
Hmm. Gotcha.
I know it's gonna work. It's just a matter of like shredding the line between ridiculous noodle neck and something that can be perceived as vaguely threatening.
Hmm.
I do want him to look kind of cool.
Right.
And I might just have to keep these objects separate, which makes it's not. I guess it's not really ideal, only because I want these to be able to. Basically, I want this to all be one object with the head separate, but I want the neck to be part of it because I think that'll lead for a better deform. And a better look if I have him shirtless.
Yeah.
So you don't see the seam. I think I want him to be a druid, so he's going to be kind of like wearing like skins and furs and stuff like that.
Okay.
So this part might be exposed, and I want that to look good.
What kind of reference are you looking at for this? Are you looking at any?
Yep. So this is the body reference. This is kind of the head reference, but not really.
Yeah, yeah.
There's some other stuff in here that I'm looking at, like this and
Right.
this, and where's my? I've got a bunch of Dragonborn's shit in here somewhere that's just like kind of buried.
So I
This
think
is some of my reference too, and
yeah.
I need more snake-like reference. I think.
Maybe, but what I was gonna say is if you go back to the one with the head, the first thing you showed me,
This one.
yeah, the thing that makes that cool and not noodly is the emphasis on the edges of the muscles. You know, if you put some edges on that thing in a way that makes sense to emphasize the muscle words, the muscle
There's underlying
articulation.
structure.
Yeah, the articulation
Yeah.
of the muscles and the underlying structure. I think you'll
Yeah.
be fine. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. And the hook that goes into the skull is quite a bit sharper than the way you have it right now.
Yes. Yeah, it actually goes like basically if I were to do it the way that the reference does it, then there would be no gap here.
Yeah, exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Like it would be,
Yeah.
I can't actually close these together right now, but
Yeah.
kind of like that.
And I think if you really stick the landing at with the bottom of the neck and have it really nicely planted into the collarbone, that sternocleidomastoid, like emphasize that so that it has a nice, so it feels like it's really rooted into the rib cage. That'll feel correct. And you bring up your traps too, I think, a little bit, and you'll be okay. You'll be in good shape.
Yeah, you're right. I brought these up earlier, and I think I was like, nah, this doesn't feel right because I have to go back a little bit too.
Yeah, I think you gotta work on your anatomy, because right now it just feels like a tube, and that's what you're bumping
Yep.
against. But I think if
Yep.
you just consider the anatomy more, and you'll be fine. It'll feel cool.
Word. Yeah, that's basically what I'm going up against right now. I know it's gonna work, and I'll figure it out, but it's just a matter of like actually.
You gotta, just doing it because it's hard.
Actually doing it. Yeah.
It's really hard. I gotta pop up for a snack. Feeling snacky. Be right back.
Word.
Okay. I had some yogurt, and now I have some cheese and crackers. Should be good. My dog's freaking out because he fucking loves cheese as much as I do. He's like, hey man,
Can't blame him.
let me get some of that cheese, man. Hey man. Hey man, when am I gonna get some of that cheese? That's my impression of my Labradoodle. I'm sure that's spot on. I'm sure that's exactly what he would sound like if he was a human.
I think you nailed it. Alright, pulling in more reference of snakes, because that's what I want to channel. Instead of the straight dragon head that I have. So I want this thing to be very serpentine.
Right. Maybe consider some lizards too, the ones that like stand up and run and shit.
Yeah. What do you call those?
I have no idea. Chameleon? That's not right. I don't know.
That's not right.
Like, Ringo. What's that character?
Oh, Rango?
Yeah.
Yeah, that curvature of a neck is exactly what I'm going for. The one that's all like cocked sideways.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty good.
All right, Sam. You gotta back down a little bit. This is a little bit invasive what you're doing.
All right, I think this is enough for now. It's enough to go on. There's plenty here for me to peruse.
Mm-hmm.
So let me. I'm loving my noodle neck, but the comments you were making do make a lot of sense. So let me just experiment this a little bit and see if it's worth it to just start bringing this together a little bit.
You can't hear me chewing, can you?
Nope.
Okay, good. Have you been playing any games?
For the first time in a while, I fired up Dragon's Dogma last night for about 45 minutes. This is about all I could get away with before going to bed.
Yeah, I was on that for a bit, and then I stopped. Just kind of lost interest, and also it became less of a priority.
Yep. Yeah, that's for me. I haven't been prioritizing that because, well, I gotta worry about this shit.
Yep, makes sense.
Not this shit, but rather, just making sure that I can make ends meet and whatnot.
Your livelihood?
Hey, other.
That makes sense. This lady's nose is a little tough
Oh yeah.
to get right. Yeah, she's got a very bony nose.
I see.
Very skinny and bony nose, and it's just challenging because it kind of goes against my instincts a little bit. And I'm trying to make it look not weird, and it's really, really tough.
Yeah. What's the philosophy is always less is more when it comes to the female face, right? When it comes to rendering it.
Oftentimes, yes. And for the most part, I'm doing fine on that front, except for with her nose. Nose, I'm struggling a little bit. I'll get it right eventually. Oh, thank you. What's up, Quaaludes? That's a funny name. I have to go put my... I'll be right back. Back at it. DK never came back.
Must have been a very important call.
Must have been. Peculiar. Do you have a time of day that you tend to be more focused at?
Now.
Now is your best time.
Yep.
Gotcha.
Middle of the day. Also mornings. I do really well in the mornings. That's usually when I first hit my caffeine and start rolling.
Sure. I think I'm solid at like 2 in the morning.
Yeah, I definitely had a second wind. In the mornings, or excuse me, like early in the morning as well.
Yeah.
I tend to like work overnight, the day before something is due. Which is just like, it's a really bad habit to get into, but it's I notice it helps me. I don't know why. It's like, I think it's a big creative problem. I think a lot of creatives have that problem where they just like basically run themselves ragged the day before something is due just to get everything done, and it turns out that like what they make is actually like really good. So it just encourages them to keep being super self-destructive.
Right. Right.
I'm getting the sense that I may need to merge some of these elements together, and I'm not gonna like it. Not unless I give him just a fucking scarf.
My dog is under my desk and I just kicked him in the head and I didn't know he was there.
Yeah, he's a
Come
dog.
here, buddy. What you doing down there? Usually hang off to the left. What you doing, buddy? What you doing? Why are you down there? You trying to stay warm? The computer's really warm, I know. It ain't cold in here, dude.
He's like, I was hoping you were gonna kick me in the head.
And then you would pay attention to me. You'd be forced to pay attention to me because you feel bad. Come here, buddy. Come here. You're going on the stream for a minute. Oh, hey, buddy. Hey, Sammy. Hey, buddy. How you doing? What you doing, buddy? What's up? What's up, buddy? Okay. Okay. Come here, buddy. Did you have any luck rehousing your cats?
I actually am giving them to another foster.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I've not been able to find another home for them.
Gotcha.
So that is my only other option right now.
Right.
Which
Is that
really fucking sucks.
because you're trying to move?
Yeah. Yeah. And I can't take them where I'm going, unfortunately. The plan was always to foster them and then send them somewhere where they would live forever.
Right.
Like, my plan was never to keep them forever.
Right.
I'll just be honest, when I didn't have a plan when I first got them, like when I first rescued them, I was just like, these cats need help.
Right.
And then I helped them. And then after that, I was like, well, I can't exactly keep them forever now, can I?
Right.
And I think just because they're, because they come as a set, come as a pair,
Yeah.
that people are a little less inclined because they think it's more responsibility. It's really not, but not everybody wants 2 cats at once, which I understand.
Fair enough. Yeah. We've been talking about getting a dog for our dog.
Yeah, that's how it starts.
Because you kind of need a pair of them. I think it's optimal.
Yep. At least that's how I feel. But again, I'm also a bleeding heart, so
Well, because they keep each other company.
yeah. They also teach each other a lot of really bad habits, which is always fun.
Yeah, I suppose that's possible too. Alright, you know what? I think I'm done streaming.
That's actually perfect because I think I'm gonna get up and walk around for a little bit before I